Oh, servus Machtfisch. Wie geht's? Not surprising that two of the FaZe clan players at the bottom here with shooting percentage. So Typical's still above apparently Jack. That's quite a lot of demos for apparently Jack. A lot of demos taken too. How did Rube missed first kill and only have the same demos inflicted? I mean, still, it's just 4 games though. Yo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Gag Eustace and Compact, damn. The trio. Easy dark mode. Agreed. I actually don't know how to do dark mode here. So if you teach me, I'll switch to dark mode. Pretty even boost per minute here. Everyone above 400. It's quite a lot. Kinda even on in terms of team difference. 0 boost. Let's check who's most forward. Apparently Jack. Makes a lot of sense with the demos that he had. No spec missed and Noli. That should be kind of even. Oh, that's interesting. Chronic with way less boost. Also has, yeah, also has less boost, way less momentum. That's what I meant to say. The 7-1 game. Oh, next. Welcome, welcome. Check DM for link to dark mode. Alright, give me a second. Check it out. Dark mode user now. Alright, on to the games though. By the way, how loud is the music for you guys? Very good German gag. That really wasn't a touch. Checking for demos. think it was a pretty straightforward game so far. How do FaZe get so caught off here? Caught off guard? Apparently Jack was so ready for that, but it was pretty obvious as well. Maximum coaching. Do you watch the finals live, Gag? Oh, Manso, appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. I like how close GenG is waiting in defense. They've been doing this in this corner here with great success. Obviously, it can get super awkward, but just like here was this situation. Let me go back. Makes them super active and keeps the opponents on their toes, and doesn't give them any space to do anything really with the ball. A lot of control, a lot of pressure, passive pressure on the ball. Oh, okay, the man, the myth, the legend! Exclamation mark 4912. I mean, he is super aggressive, yeah. I think it would have been fine if he just had any boost. A lot of open space in midfield, but Noli covers it immediately. Chronic goes immediately, Jack goes immediately, and now Noli stands close, gives no option for anything, finds Chronic. It's just so clinical. To be fair, Typical was kinda lost here. Invictus. Appreciate the follow. Check out the kickoff goal here. Anything interesting? Same follows. Chronic goes defensive. First killer goes offensive. Slide follow to the, or slide kickoff to the side. Another 50. Oh, okay. More of a circus kickoff, but still pretty well executed from FaZe. Chronic should have just played it with a bit more patience, in my opinion. Not a lot you can get out of this gamble. Interesting. First killer turning away completely. Is that supposed to be... 1 second. Epic Pang, the longest loading program on my PC. Is that supposed to be the mana kickoff? In case you guys are not sure what I'm talking about, give me a second, I'll find it for you. I'm talking about this kickoff. Whoops. Let me quickly check if you guys can see that. You can, very nice. Sound doesn't matter. And that's the offensive version, of course, winning it, but you could do that defensively as well. Not quite the same, but a variation that I think could be inspired by it, let's just put it that way. Thank you for the follow, Rocket Monster, I appreciate it. But Abstract counters this so hard. Really good kickoff from him. Chronic just bangs it. Kind of a waste, to be honest, but also not a lot of power on it. I tried to get a lot more power, but couldn't. Interesting. Noli to app check immediately. Obviously, I'm kind of watching the follow-ups now since GenG mentioned it earlier. Chronic plays a patient Ferdman here, super important. Missed the first killer, probably a bit too far. Chronic didn't. I think that's actually a really good showcase of what you should and what you can do as a Ferdman. Because he's not really doing anything at the same time doing everything that he needs to do. Could try to rush in here, could try to rush and grab missed boost, but doesn't do either. Forces the touch mid, but that's about it. Uses next to no boost and is there for the follow-up. Puts it no man's land, but I mean the Ferdman positioning was good. So yeah, rotates non-ball side again, put himself in a good position, takes his time, tries to find a teammate but couldn't. Goes all the way back. See what Noli did in this particular situation. He was on 0. Just tries to open up an option here. Boosts the second Chronic goes for that play. Starts boosting, but couldn't reach it. I'm probably gonna take some time. Never mind. Booms it out, but doesn't really get them anything in my opinion. Maybe he was looking for apparently check. Who decided not to go and take mid boost. What a pre-jump. Excuse me, Chronic. Solid pre-jump. If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Freestyle Friday, yeah, kinda. I have this plugin that puts me in the same position that I was in before the kickoff, after the replay has been played. It's super nice for scrims because you can just sit here and it will reset to this, but in replay analysis it just puts you back to that spot where you are every time, which is kind of annoying. But for scrims it's insane. It's one of the best plugins in terms of quality of life after skip replays automatically. Oh, Billy, the man, the myth, the legend, the esport recht blog poster. That was actually a really good blog post, I enjoyed it. Fun fact, in Austria there's something called a Neuer Selbstständiger, which is what I fall into according to the state, or at least their hotlines. They told me that's what I'm supposed to be in the Steuerbracket. Good old English on the stream. That's typical, being completely out of position the second time this game. Huge mistake. Quick boost check. I mean, holy shit, FaZe has the advantage in terms of boost. How did they not capitalize on that play? What is first killer doing as well? What's going on here? Now that's a classic force. Kinda tries to cover, checks for his teammate. Has to avoid the demo. That's actually a really good denial of a play here. Because apparently Jack wasn't really ready anyway. Kinda landed for it. Let's check out Mist. Just right between them. Such a bad touch, or probably miscommunication. I don't know. A little bit of everything. Overall phase rotation seems like they're unsure of what to do exactly. I agree. Phases back right, back left do absolutely nothing. Like literally nothing. GenG is so good at countering them this game. He's so ready for it as well, the way he first flips, and that's just a goal. Chronic pre-jumps everything. The confidence on these guys. Check out the minimap here. Check out this pre-jump on a minimap. Nori will be back, but still, that pre-jump, I mean, by definition, Chronic is the last man back. Obviously Noli will be any second and we can call Noli third man, but nevertheless, that's a really impressive pre-jump here from Chronic to pull that off. One could obviously argue that FaZe should not have played into it, but I think we have to give props to Chronic's game sense here. The cam is for the minimap. Whoops. More an Aibu. Any minimap watches? Nice, minimap should be visible now. There we go with the pre-jump. So you can check out what I saw earlier. The moment he pre-jumps. Still third man. Or last back, to be more precise. How much fun are these guys having? Like, what is that? They're literally styling and enjoying the game, enjoying... They're probably so relaxed as well. That's a crazy touch. I understand they're playing that well. If they are feeling it with each other and can pull off stuff like that without being punished for it. I mean, just check out how close Chronic is. Doesn't get demoed and nobody gets the double, which is super important. Otherwise, it could have been really dangerous, and that's a crazy touch. GenG just seems to have the high read on FaZe. In many situations, FaZe have a pass but go solo instead. Yeah, but we saw them try to pass earlier and it absolutely did not work out. So, not sure if FaZe should pass more. I honestly don't think so. But FaZe seems slow compared to what they can play in terms of pressure and in terms of actions on the ball. In terms of turns as well. Like, what is that? Except for a really good shot by Abstract, by the way. That angle isn't easy at all. But Mist going all the way back. I mean, he's 6 boost, but still I need someone pushing out here. Get put in a super awkward spot here immediately. A rare miss by Mist. Abstract has all the time in the world. Can just clear it out, teammates have space, gets over 2, gets 50 on the third. Demo play for sure. Typical kind of fucks it up. It's not quite Typical's stay here. Typical's game, let's just put it that way. Because no clue what happens later, maybe he pops, who knows. No boost probably to cover that by typical. Actually 100 boost. Card mid flip. Gives a free touch to Abstract. Cannot be letting them pass like that. Like, it's just too much fun. You players are a bit different. Oh, he probably thought that if Noli shoots, he needs to get there. No, he just passes it. Check it out from his POV. Yeah, he kind of has no momentum to shoot this. It's absolutely not dangerous. Typical has no read on that. And missed is lost. Why are they stuck in defense as well? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's a different story then. That's just very unlucky spawn. Stay hydrated. Okay. Man, this kickoff things. Okay, so kickoff happens. It's actually such a good kickoff again. What the fuck? What is Abstract doing on these kickoffs? Okay, it's a dead kickoff into Noli losing it. Okay, never mind. I thought it was just straight up Abstract's kickoff going to Chronic like that, because that would have been super OP. So Chronic goes up, Noli goes for the opponent's corner boost, so does typical. So that's a mirrored situation on pretty much everything. That's super funny. We have this mid boost going to blue, this corner boost going to blue, this mid boost going to orange, and this corner boost going to orange. The only difference we have is Chronic going up. So let's see how it develops with 2 ball set rotations from FaZe. With Abstract and Noli moving in closer, Chronic with a 50, Noli's kind of just doing an extended rotation out, with Abstract being second man and third man at the same time. Kinda more towards the second man, and swap color here. Second man, and Noli being more of a third man, because he's already rotating back and facing backwards as well. Then Abstract pushes here. Goes for an immediate push, there's not really any follow-up, which gives a lot of time to FaZe. Now with FaZe on attack, they should have boosts. Yeah, quite a lot. Typical goes super close, not quite sure why. And now we have 2 players doing the same thing pretty much. Typical leaves. Now they caught off the wrong foot. Missed a great demo on the backlines. On Noli, pretty aggressive, but since his team has possession, could have been a goal. Chronic goes all the way back. Abstract just 1v3s and keeps up pressure. How is that possible? Combined less than 40 boost here for a FaZe. But that should still not be possible. So first, Killer gets his touch. Missed, has a little bit of boost, typically has no boost and recovers. Missed just rotates in front of first Killer and still doesn't get the beat. Did not expect Jack to go here. He thought he had a free touch. Check out Jack's perspective here. Good touch, good touch. Oh, he actually goes again and again and again. The once man, the ball chasing European monster. Abstract. I understand that this might not be representative of the actual situation, but this reminds me so much of situations where like, how they can't do that, they shouldn't do that, why are they doing that? Comments like that from players that I've coached have happened a lot of times, and players being upset, and has happened to me as a player as well, like when you face ball chasers, for example, like absolute speed monsters, speed demons. And this reminds me of this. Like, obviously you could just go here and you could do a lot more from FaZe POV if you just accept the fact that this is happening, this is what's going on at the moment, and you need to adapt to this. Because they're trying to force, or it looks to me like they're trying to force so many different things that they might have planned, or that they have expected, or that they want to be happening in this series, but none of it is happening. Unix, servers, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. And the double commits as well. What is that? It's really not a good game from FaZe. Maybe nerfs? Actually, that could be something where behind the scenes you just hear that, I don't know, TeamSpeak has been lagging or some odd thing like that. I wonder if this happens for the next games as well. Hope not. It'd be kind of boring. Nice, good pass. First killer immediately goes. Great close follow-ups, putting on so much pressure. Did they try to pinch here? First killer, untypical? No. When Mist gets this demo, so first killer should see he has so much space. But Noli does put on a bit of pressure. Nah. Yeah. One part of the game plan of GenG is for sure, like, when FaZe in the air, just deny them. Why are FaZe so much together on the ball? And why are they like so reluctant to actually force through? Struggling to use the time they're given. FaZe's demo is actually really well timed. Who is struggling to use the time they're given? GenG or FaZe? Such a good pass. That one not, of course. Not the one by Chronic, not the clear by Chronic. But just, why is that pass so good? The pass of Abstract here is so good because he keeps possession. He plays around his opponent. Like if you put it to the right, if you put it up, it's more like through the opponent. If it goes through, it's not around them. And then, I mean, they do get a lot of space, I guess. And like if you look at this, it's kind of, whoops, all around, all over here. That's probably the worst drawing, but works. pretty much space from around this corner to the enemy backboard here. It's actually huge, gives so much time for his teammate to rotate, to get boosts, etc. Let's see if FaZe can capitalize on these demos. I feel like FaZe's demos are way better than GenG's demos so far. And GenG seems to like to use one player putting on pressure while the other player actually pushes. More like two players being active. I like that. FaZe is struggling to use the time, I agree. And big time. But they could also be increasing the game speed way more if they just want to play with less time. But they are not, they're stopping so much. Good challenge. Now what are Mist and Typical doing? What is that? I like Mist's touch here, to be honest. I don't know why Typical is going for this. They both have boost. This is completely open. If Typical just rotates here, this is like whatever he wants to do with it. Comms, FaZe, yeah. Like they seem to have very different ideas of how to play at least this situation, and a few others, to be honest. Now there's so much time because of this double commit and Typical going all the way back. First killer kind of has to half force. Let's see. Can I push out with their teammates now? How are they mirroring the movement again? Isn't that beautiful? Person looking up. Or a rotation. To be fair, first killer gets a pretty decent rotation considering he gets bumped, but it does look pretty funny. That's what FaZe should be doing more. That's really good gameplay here. Good touch, good follow-up. Good attempt above. Abstract has a lot of freedom in this team. Yeah, what I've seen, and specifically with GEG together, I've watched replays of FaZe where what looks like chaos here works wonderfully well. So I don't think the general game plan of FaZe is a problem at all. I think that actually they have a really good understanding of how to play the game. But GenG is making this really hard. On the one hand, of course, on the other hand, I feel like this is just not FaZe on top of their game. But let's focus on GenG a bit more here. Since they're the winning team and we want to learn from the winning team, of course. Might be the exact reason why they're playing so good, because they're chilling. They're doing so many things that it doesn't really matter if they're the optimal thing, but they're just doing it with confidence and just applying the pressure. Like, check out this rotation from map check here. I mean, how much does it really get him to rotate through here? Maybe a demo, but even if he demos missed, what does it get him? But he rotates back, and he's immediately in a great position again. Doesn't overextend, but applies some pressure again. Chronic comes in. Speedy boy. Another demo. Noli goes for a demo as well. turning again. I like that. I like that offensive pressure that GenG puts on here. And the communication, I mean, that's one thing that really is working well. Like, these guys have not double committed a lot. They leave balls for the teammates immediately. They don't double play a position. Play like a well-oiled machine here, in my opinion. Like this here, for example. Chronic could easily follow this up, but Abject is just that slight bit faster. And makes this super awkward for Mist. Chronic commits, Abject is up front, but Noli still has the balls to go. Super important. Keep up the pressure here, because at this point in time, FaZe is not in a good position to do anything. If you beat Typical here, they have a combined boost of around 60 here, again. And you control mid boost, so it's no problem to apply more pressure. Mist booms this, Typical goes. Oh, what a counter attack. Not really dangerous, but what a counter attack. Attempted a pass. Kind of obvious as well, to be honest. Why was no one defending? Let's check. Yeah, it's a double playing of positions again. But GenG does really well to play around. Actually, get up a few notes here. This is super interesting in my opinion. So playing around the opponent, actually using open spaces, is something that GenG is applying really well. Because your opponents can play the worst Rocket League ever, but you still need to play for it. The transition, the plays in transition that GenG is doing is also really good. Like that pass is a good example of it. Chronic grabs the mid boost, is of 100, just gives Noli that option to pass. And it's Noli on the pass again, as we saw earlier. Really good pass that's in his pathway, so you can check with his positioning here. Of course, if you pass this ball here, he gets this angle, which is hard. But with his position here and the pass coming from here, he can intercept it in a way where he jumps up and meets the momentum for this angle, which is a way better angle, of course. So it's just great awareness of how to pass this ball. Chronic gets a crazy high touch, Abject follows up, but Noli sticks around. He understands Chronic will be back, and he forces the issue, doesn't let FaZe get any breathing room whatsoever. Immediately up again. Pre-jump's name of the game here for GenG defense. Absolutely goated. First back right that works for FaZe in this series. Oh, Abject. It's also quite a lot of, it's a big mix of being all the way back and being close together with GenG, but they never play for the opposite thing. They always understand if one is back, then all the way back, then one up front can just do whatever he wants. And can just play around, be annoying. Or can this shark not be annoying, by the way? We already saw that boost was not really an issue and everyone had kind of the same BPM. Not something you normally see in a stomp, if I am to call a 4-0 a stomp. Someone explain, please. I'm not sure what's going on here. And no one's here either. Like, FaZe needs to be pushing this. But misses. It's not a bad boost grab, but it's not what wins you the game. I feel like I'm trashing FaZe, but FaZe is not necessarily playing too bad. It's just more disappointment. I mean, everyone who has watched FaZe knows what they can do, but this is not it. Great pass from Noli. Abstract behind enemy lines, gets a demo, creates some space, gets full boost. Noli is goated with passes. Actually, I wonder if he could have shot and scored this. Maybe he could have. I mean, at any point he could have gone back here. But he does go forward and leads to goal. Good decision making, good confidence. Let's check out how Noli plays here. Immediately 2 up against first killer. Something we've seen time and time again this series. Just near post rotation while waiting, then checks, goes for a double tap. Goes up front for that classic transition play that we saw so many times. I mean, someone needs to be challenging here. Someone absolutely needs to be challenging. How can he get that shot off? Okay, Sip gets bumped. Or kinda wants to bump Noli. Could they not go for this ball? Can someone help me out? What am I missing? Can you not intercept it? Do you think Typical just had that? Anyway, well done by Noli. Let's continue. Not too out of the ordinary. Actually pretty good. Goes up front again. Waits to receive a pass. Demos the guy. Checks. A lot of camera usage. It's really good. Doesn't try to force it through. Actually gets a good 50. Positions back. Because he knows Abstract is gonna turn up front. Probably something that he could obviously move up front and not allow Abstract to take that path. Now he's in a really good spot. super interesting. Amtrak was feeling himself. So much awareness from Noli and the GenG guys. Pass, obviously. Not a pass. FaZe is just not ready. Who was it that didn't turn? Was it Typical? Typical didn't turn. I mean, fair to be honest. And first killer. Got caught off guard by Chronic. A pass to Chronic again. Kind of not really the, like, I wouldn't straight up call it a pass, but it turns out to be a pass. At least it's a control touch towards his teammate. Someone's ready again. But FaZe is also not ready. Why are they letting them do all of that? Probably a bit too high of a pass, or touch rather. Slow touch, 50 attempt, gets a boost, gets out. See, that's what I want to see. Puts it back to, oh, what a touch, holy shit. It's actually crazy. Normally you would put this either all the way to the left or all the way to the right. But he kind of, I mean, that touch is obviously not one-to-one what he wants it, but he tries to put it down, which is just makes it a really good attempt. Yeah, probably being scared is the correct word to use here. GenG playing with all the freedom in the world, all the fun. Excuse me, Nori. The awareness of GenG players of where their teammates are is absurd. Absurd. It's crazy. Wow. Again to upcheck. Yeah, what a joke. Up front. Interestingly enough, GenG is not forcing too many 50s on the ground. Again, oh, what a play! What the fuck? Around opponents, not through them, around them. So smart. Could have tried to go above him and then go for the pass, but that's exactly what Chronic, what first kill expected. I am impressed. And there's two kickoff goals. immediate pre-jump. First killer double with the in-post. I mean, it's a crazy good touch, I guess, but Abject missed as well. Still a good play. FaZe is getting into the series. This is the game after the timeout as well. In my opinion, it shows. They're playing way better. Not a good touch. GenG isn't afraid to go in any play if necessary. Want to watch this back from Chronic's POV. They don't even wait for these passes, right? They just receive them. What impresses me in particular is Abject's willingness to hunt bumps and demos on his way back, relieving so much time for his team at the cost of his own position. I would say at the cost of his teammate's position, because his position is really good. His position is where he creates space, where he is normally like across the map, behind opponent's vision. In my opinion, his position is really good. It's kind of what Beast Mode used to do. Doesn't really do it as much anymore, but he used to play behind enemy lines a lot and was really good at receiving passes there. So it's at the cost of his teammates' positions, in my opinion. On the other hand though, his teammates don't really care. Like Abject rotates and they play for a bit of time, but not really that much. They still just attack, attack, attack. Put on so much pressure, even with Abject being absent from the play. It's a really good save. Chronic is up, will probably pass. Or at least communicate. As if you wanna hear the comms? Pinch, 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 pinch. Good attempt though, on a more serious note. See, Abject goes. Check it out. Now the problem here isn't really, I mean in this case he goes a bit further back, but the problem here isn't really his position, because his position would be really good if he comes in from here, because at any point he can rotate over and have like the wide open field ready for him. But this position is the position, in my opinion, kind of gets fucked, because now he's not really third man. He goes, Abject is back in this play, but even if he wasn't back, I think Noli would still go, and that's what makes him so strong. Like as if there was no pressure on his back. Pass mid again, and Abject is there. They cancel so fast as well. Team synergy is really good. FaZe is up, immediately someone's up. It's Abject second, Noli first. Again, someone's up, immediately one of GenG goes up. Really good defense. Abject follows it up. He goes up front again. Tune. All of these are tunes. It's one of the... what was it called? Oh, it's a Casper Levy drum and bass mix. It's a 50 show. I love those mixes. Rio, my man. How have you not been following before? I drew a somewhat sad snail earlier with first killer's POV. Not POV, of course, but rotation. You would have been proud. Anyway, what were we about to watch? Oh yeah, going up front after the play. This only works though if Abject gets something out of this. Like, this is a bad play if Abject is not capable or willing to actually put this ball forward and make something happen. So I think you need to have a good day for that playstyle. If you have a bad day, it's super rough. I am not following, you are following. Back to Noli POV. Perfectly in position, Chronic pushes up. They've got them, Red. Maybe they've just done their homework so hard. I mean, to be fair, Elushin was their coach, right? So, or is their coach. And Elushin has some ties or understanding of the FaZe game plan for sure. Maybe not 100%, but he's been teaming with these guys, so he knows what's going on. Another example of how not only Abject is playing the draw, everyone is allowed to do their thing. In this case, it's Chronic. Just goes hunting. Abject doesn't overcommit, and Noli gets a somewhat free ball. So much awareness. Actually, I'm really impressed by Noli's camera movement. What a pinch. Ryu about to put himself out of a job. Oh, 2 times exactly the same demo. Abject. Wonders in defense. First killer with such a good pass. Good beat, good recovery. Immediately back to the ground. Doesn't want to get beat on a low shot. Now, this not being a goal. FaZe must be fuming. They're way more applying this type of pressure that they normally do. Really was a rough start into the series for them, for FaZe that is. Playstyle wise, it was between typical and missed. Let's check out the negative example of ball side rotation here. That's a good play overall, a bit too much boost used. Tries to go for a 50, sorry, a bump. And then bumps into Chronic here. Awkward flip, awkward bump. Tries to get out of the way and absolutely doesn't. Fair enough. Chronic peak. What a first touch. So fast. Mist had no chance of doing anything against us, and Civicl just didn't respect him. Not really impressed by Civicl's performance. Not sure what happened during those grand finals. Alright guys, with that, thank you very much for tuning in for today's analysis. Even though we're missing the last game, that was a lot of fun. Few takeaways from me are to play around your opponents from the POV of GenG, this is of course, because we want to learn from winners, not from second places. To give your teammate that space. If he wants to rotate all the way through, hunt some demos or go for some bumps, then feel free to let him every once in a while. Obviously this cannot be excessive, but as long as you keep it to a somewhat normal level, then you'll be good to go. But use that player. Use the player that's moving around up the field to play around your opponent, not through them. Also, do not be afraid to go in any situation that is necessary. Obviously, when you're last and you just want to buy time, that's fine. But if you see an opportunity to dunk these guys, be proactive. Go for these balls. And obviously, we're not talking about YOLO challenges. We're not just talking about forcing as last man, because that makes no sense. We're talking about getting good challenges. And that's when you feel comfortable, when you're having fun, then be up, be fast, zoom around the field, take those pads, big pads, go for those demos, and most importantly, take in all the information that's available. Look around you, check with your camera, be aware of your teammates, communicate, and trust your teammates. With that, thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of the day. Take care, guys.